Alright. Let's get to it. Good to see Rogue and anybody else join us nice and early for the disco. And yeah, I had to read the Rogue's message twice. I'm like, it looks like song lyrics. Do I know this song? I don't think I know this song. Wait, yes I do. I've been waiting. Yes, I do know that. It is lurking. Good to have you, ATD, in the shadows. Actually, very much in the shadows. It's a shadowy room. It's a shadowy room. And it is nice. It is nice that, you know, the game is not, even though it's isometric, it's not, you know, not 3D. We get the real-time lighting of the flashlights. Kind of more interesting in this room than most. Okay. We usually look at the green orbs first. Wall collapsed. Inaccessible. Here's the furnace. Here's the polar bear fridge. Ice cream maker defrosted and unplugged. The saddest thing. Is this something? Kim, get out of my way! Oh, maybe that's not anything. I don't know, Kim's kind of freaking out. No, I guess it's not anything. Okay. Frozen ice cream maker, it's still running. Oh, I don't have my little tabs on. $0.70 and some health. Which is so hidden hard, and I, like, never do. Why are we not running? Let's run. Wow, Kim is really getting in my way today. He's getting in the way of everything. Alright. We got a drama shirt. We usually don't have much trouble with drama. Intercom wires running to the breaker box. Oh, so this heads outside of the doorbell thing. Cellar window, people's feet shuffling by on the street. 45 cents. I want... I'm thinking... Our perception is incredibly low. Doesn't our perception let us notice some additional things sometimes? Maybe I should be wearing a perception stuff more often. I know we've got perception boots. Now, I don't think we're gonna need authority in here. Don't we have another perception thing? I don't know, I can't boost it very high anyway, can I? Perception glasses. I think that's all we can do. But sometimes we get the little yellow boxes with perception score, yeah? Wumble, good to see you.
Plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads off into the darkness, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Don't rip the red one out. You'll awaken the ghosts.
Awaken the ghosts with the red cable. Okay. Oh, wait, see, like, there's a yellow one. Okay, wait, right. I thought this was something, and Kim was in my way. Neon Chill with the raid, super appreciated. I don't have traditional shadow commands here, but I sure appreciate it. Here, I'll get a direct link. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I appreciate the raid. We're just getting started with disco here today. What was Neon up to? Phasmophobia. I'm following Neon now. I appreciate the raid. Hope it was a great stream. Alright. Good to see, who do we got? We got Kath, we got Yanchi, Chrissy, I think. Nessie? Nisi. Coil. Did I say Yanchi? I did say Yanchi. Alright, good to have all of you. We are investigating basements with busted guns. And yeah, if you've never seen Disco Elysium before, it's a detective game. And we've got our partner, Kim. Frantic, good to have you as well. We've got our partner, Kim. Kim's great.
What about me? What? This? It's just seasonal clothing. Where is
He's
this
great.
going?
He's great.
It's not. Good.
He's got 8 hours of 13 hours of dialogue in this game. It's a big game.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Where are we? Look around the secret room. Look, there's a hole in the wall.
Seems like an old bunker from the Revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles.
We
That's the
found-
old weapons cache.
We found the other communist bunker, and there's some antlers here, which is the symbol of the communists, right? And yes, and it was amazing. Good to hear it. What you've lurking around. I hope you want to stream. I sure appreciate the raid. Have a great one. Hopefully I can check you out in the future. There's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
I do. No, you do the honors. What if it's trapped? I kind of like letting Kim do things, but what if it's trapped?
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs.
Maybe Kim hates spiders.
Around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifles, Kim! Inspect the rifles.
Are these any good?
Inspect
Most of
the
them are
rifles.
rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine woodstock, in better cosmetic order than the others. An old Belmagrave rifle, Revolutionary era, prized for its reliability more than its accuracy. The rest are probably Belmagraves too, just too damaged to be sure.
The revolutionary reliability more than its accuracy. Right. I'm saying if we're making like a comparison to AK-47s or something, which are very easy to repair, although not necessarily reliable, right?
Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
This one looks okay. Take the rifle.
It's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
He whistles as he admires the rifle. His eyes are gleaming. What does this mean, a rifle here?
It means there are firearms, breech loaders, still lying around in Martinez. This would have been good in our case against Ruby for Titus.
Oh, too late.
For that now. But still, might be useful down the road.
Too late. We did relate it to breech loaders, right? Based on the bullet. And yeah, the police don't use breech loaders. The police use muzzle loaders, which are a lot slower.
He likes this find.
So we've got the rifle, which is only worth $4. Jeez, sounds like it should be more expensive. So we can relate that to the bullets,
The
right?
bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower.
Wait. Did we mess up during the union conversations? Because we looked at the bullet, right? But now it looks like we haven't looked at the bullet. All right. What will I do with you, bullet?
What?
I said, what will I do with you, bullet?
Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say, find the weapon that shot me.
We did this, right? I don't know. Good idea. Kim doesn't like me talking to the bullet very much.
If we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it, possibly to kill our victim.
We had this task, right? I must have unloaded it during one of our conversations with the Union. Did you roll back a save? Well, we rolled back the Ruby save, but I must have rolled back a Union save at some point.
In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better.
Feel the bullet through the bag.
scorched bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag. You wouldn't ordinarily have
10
cause
XP.
to handle jacketed bullets. The citizens' militia uses cast bullets only. Little pebbles of metal loaded from the muzzle, usually in a cartridge.
Incidentally, it's better that we waited this long with the reload, because now we're getting 10 XP and some cash off the encyclopedia roll, which we wouldn't have got back then. But I don't know when I accidentally unloaded this. All right, inspect the bullet
jacket
closer.
of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
Look at the
You can
jacket.
just about make out a few
Full
striations
metal
near
jacket.
the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard.
The core.
It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound.
What can you say about the bullet so far?
Wow, I actually know this. This is a scale line from Kim. Okay, what do you know? It's a jacket bullet plus 5 years down there. Oh, wait. Well, I actually know this.
Yes. It's as if you've seen bullets before, officer.
Oh, actually, the narrator does the same thing. It's a jacket bullet, 5
A
millimeters.
jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzleloader, like those typical...
Right, and
found on the streets
we
of
saw
Italy.
this. We've been talking about this. We talked about it during the Ruby conversation we undid. But yeah, great to see Glavy if I didn't say hi.
Highly unusual.
More XP from the encyclopedia.
Haven't carried breech-loading weapons like this for nearly half a century.
Even the RCM uses ordinary and jacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find a gun that shot it.
Something tells you that won't be anytime soon. This'll have to be one of those epic tasks that's open for a while.
Epic tasks. Well, yeah. So, did we manage to do this before? It's a very low chance at the time. Man, I don't know. But yeah, we got a +4 from having the rifle we just got. Aware of the name of the antique rifle you found. It's like pieces came from breech loader. Have a similar rifle on hand. 58% chance. Do we have a way to boost hand-eye coordination? See, we got so much stuff. It's becoming an ongoing problem. I need to find, like, a way to organize this. I need to be like, okay, here's drama stuff. Here's drama stuff. Drama, 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 drama. This is also drama. Physical man, composure, logic. Savior. I know we've got at least one thing that boosts hand-eye coordination, right? There we go. And that may be it. Composure, Savior, Electro, Logic. Alright. I need a better way to compose or close. Just said you won't wear the dang fedora! It's +2 Logic versus 1 Encyclopedia, though, and our Encyclopedia score is already incredibly high. It actually is lowering my perception, though, isn't it? I was trying to increase my perception. It does go good with this coat.
A few bricks have fallen off.
No, we've already seen that. Okay, let's look back at the bullet.
The bullet is still
Okay, 72% chance.
Bag bearing the RCM. You can't.
Oh, dang.
Last week.
Oh, it was double ones!
You're going to remember arcane firearm models.
That was always gonna fail. Alright, we could put a point in the hand-eye coordination, try again. Snake eyes, yeah.
The worn
Oh,
map.
shoot, that's the map.
The
Oh, wait.
worn map. Your thing finally.
Oh, okay, I was wondering if we could do another roll there.
The bullet is still safe.
83% chance!
You can't remember
What?
happened last week. What makes you think you're going to remember arcane firearm models?
I don't want to put 2 points in reaction speed. Cheat. Failed a 72 and an 83? Come on. Come on. Thrifty Anvil, good to see you. Hope you had a good stream. I think we raided Thrifty. Thrifty was playing was Alex the kid?
Bullet is still
I know it's a famous
safely
game,
sealed
but I've
in
not...
plastic, a rifle.
There.
Revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter from
Oh.
the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique.
So it's actually ever so slightly smaller than actual 5mm.
The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmargrave rifle.
Easy,
a
you have to
revolutionary
reload.
feature. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago.
So it's so it's a breech loader during the revolution type thing. it wouldn't be the Revolution, but if we were talking, what, World War II, this might be kind of the equivalent of the Springfield rifle, for America anyway.
Incidentally, you have just such a rifle with you.
Right.
The dusty old thing you found hidden in the basement below the commercial area.
Which we just got, that's why I wanted to look at the bullet.
Sadly. If it were, the bullet would probably fit the chamber.
Is anyone still making these rifles?
No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling.
Right, and this sounds more AK comparison. Who uses these rifles these days?
Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for the same thing you found in that hidden weapons cache, only in working order.
What are you thinking?
Like I know where this came from. Dangle the bag thoughtfully.
Okay. And?
Got some ideas, but I can't be sure. Shot came from the rifle we just found, or from the same type.
An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachol, really.
Probably a good thing. Why not?
Sure, there's some arms trafficking, but the laws prohibiting the use of breech loaders we inherited from the monarchy have been effective, from what I've seen.
Which is why we have muzzle loaders.
Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Prohibiting peacetime law
More
enforcement
XP.
to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations of the Real Belt.
It's worth it in the end, the muzzle loaders. Worth what, get shot? We should have more powerful guns. We are the law. Makes you consider every shot. I like it. I always like saying we are the law. I am the law.
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier.
Didn't we see this line? I thought I remember saying, "Oh yeah, mockingly, oh, what a horrible world this would be." Fortunately, that would never happen in reality. Didn't we see this? I'm all confused. I'm all confused. We're looking for antiques enthusiasts. The victim mixed up with some foreign guerrilla fighters, which would be related to the mercenaries. Jamrock bangers crossed over in Marnays. There's something mysterious afoot with this antique bullet type. Well, this is the closest what we know with the mercenaries.
Let's find out. Next step, finding the gun itself.
All right. Well, I'm very confused as to how much of that we'd actually seen. But, okay. We could, yeah. I wonder if the low price of this rifle was to discourage you from selling it. Because you can use it for something later on. Alright, I'm also wondering if I want to put some more points into perception. Because we just, got a little perception bonus thing there. I might want to boost perception higher. Okay, let's look at the fridge. Let's look at the polar bear fridge finally. Wait. Wait, what's this? I didn't open this up. $2 and some psych meds. Okay, let's save. Alright, polar bear fridge time.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red.
I think this is what made me roll the snake eyes.
The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? This must be the giant ice bear fridge that Suna mentioned. Look inside.
Wait, it might be a real bear? They've built a fridge into the stomach? Crack open the door.
A gust of freezing cold air rushes
It's green.
towards you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator.
So this is where we could have stored the corpse if we'd found this earlier. But we didn't.
The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
So the refrigerator... Relax, Kim, it's a fridge, not a bear.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge.
Relaxes his hand, his face bathed in the harsh light. Yeah, it is very notable, the green light.
Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Mm-hmm.
But where's the filament memory? It's not here.
Can't see the offset copy anywhere. Check the shelves again. Take the note from the door. Examine the ice cream wrappers. What's a giant bear-shaped fridge doing here in the first place? I can't see the offset copy anywhere. Check the shelves again. How do you know you can store the corpse in here? Because when we lowered the body down and we started doing the autopsy, we didn't finish doing the autopsy. And Kim was like, oh man, we can't just leave this corpse sitting down here. It's going to start rotting, like, worse, or somebody might take it or something. Kim was concerned. And we could actually talk to Kuno about finding a fridge. And he was like, oh yeah, there's this fridge in the basement. He told us about the fridge in the basement of the bookstore, but at the time it was past midnight. We couldn't get into the bookstore, and then we finished doing the autopsy, so I didn't have to do this until Suna redirected us here too. So multiple things direct you down into this basement to the ice bear fridge, whether it's Suna or trying to store the corpse. Alright, I can't see the offset copy anywhere.
Someone must have taken it. What does the note say?
I don't know.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Hey, we got magnets! How do they work? Examine the ice cream wrappers.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
Okay, right, so it's a friendly cartoon bear instead of this big cartoon bear. What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing here in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
Somewhere in the past, it's summer. 5-year-old Fifette lets go of her mother's hand, change jingling in her pockets as she hops towards the ice cream stand right across the plaza.
We had just enough shivers to get this psychic line. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper carnivore. Shake from the sudden cold sensation. So yeah, we get a vision. We get a vision of a kid going to get ice cream with change.
As she makes her way to the market stall, the girl starts crying. A ferocious ice bear is guarding the fridge, its paws raised to ward off any potential customers.
So we're in the doomed commercial area. This one was doomed because of the scary bear.
Her mother rushes to soothe her, but Fifette doesn't want ice cream anymore. She just wants to go home. The ice bear stares at them as they leave the plaza. A gust of wind flies one of the wrappers right past the sobbing girl.
So they should have made the bear look friendly, just like on the wrappers. They tried to sell ice cream from this hyper carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice.
Which is what our shivers say.
What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
Points at the red, snaky cable running from the
The
fridge.
fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Close the door. Okay. Now, we saw the red cable and where we could unplug it, but it also said unplugging the red cable would wake up the ghosts.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. An electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
It's black, the color of the immeasurable cosmos. It's black. It's not like it's the red one. I don't know why I unplugged it. I do things without any reason. It's black. It's not like it's the red one, but I already unplugged the red one.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing.
I was just trying to make the room quieter. Okay, can we go? We can't? I was trying... So now the fridge is off, right?
The beer's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge slowly melting. The power has been cut off. But where's the filament memory? It's not here.
Well, we made the room quieter.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
And so this is where the ghost is, right?
Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace? Look inside the furnace, smear your hands with coal, kick it with your foot!
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
I wonder... Because like I said, there's multiple things directing you to this ice bear. I wonder if this is where the other mercenary is.
What are you doing?
Because one mercenary's dead, one mercenary's by the Union, and we haven't found the third mercenary. I'm hallucinating, or maybe it's the ghost, the entity. You're the murderer, the hangman talking. Not sure, Kim. I think I hear someone upstairs. This could be this was what I was just talking about, but... I don't know. I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? We should investigate. See if someone's upstairs.
Yell hello into the furnace. Wait, dress code Mullen? Putting on the Mullen hat and the brown jacket gives me a bonus to this? That's fascinating. Dress code Modus Mullen. Helps sooner with research. Those voices I heard, maybe it's the malignant entity. She said it lives in a chimney.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant entities don't exist. At least not...
Why do we think there's a third mercenary? I told you where they at. Was it the... I think it was, the Wild Pines rep. What's her name? Judy? Jandis? I think she told us there are 3 mercenaries. And then, at some point, we were talking about the possibility... Maybe it was when we were talking to the one in front of the Union. Our character was trying to figure out where the third mercenary was be. We were scared they could be at, like, a sniper post in a high building across from us, somewhere we couldn't access. So we've never found the third mercenary, but it's been talked about for sure.
Always has to be the skeptic, this man.
Smear your hands with coal.
A lush layer of coal now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient.
You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Gra, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
Fantastic! Let's not express ourselves. Let's wipe our hands clean on our pants. Hadrat Karazai. Smear your cheeks black with coal. Go a little crazy.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
What are you doing?
Sorry if it would show up on our portrait. Nothing, wipe your face clean. It was stupid. The reincarnation of an ancient Ilmarin warrior. I figured this will give us a bonus to certain conversations.
Please wipe your face clean, officer.
No, you're a proud warrior. Keep it.
83% chance. +1. Kim trusts you. Wipe it clean. Shoot, it's a red check. I might have to reload this if this fails. We could boost this even higher if we had armored boots on. But I put perception boots on.
These 3 stripes
Hey.
give you strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them.
We're exploring this dark paint under the protection my Cold War paint affords.
And this protects you.
It is traditional war paint. It will grant me safe passage with the spirits that guard this place. Gives me confidence. All that matters, Kim. I kind of like this one. I kind of like the flatter one. Lightning, thanks for the raid, was I suppose Lightning must have just been straining. I'm not sure what Lightning was up to, and also... I guess I do need to get Moobot here. We got 2 raids today now. Yeah, exactly. Glavius tries to shout out, but Moobot has no power here. Still, there's a manual one. And yeah, Lightning... Oh, was streaming that Pokemon Mystery Dungeon that Lightning was talking about during Hearthstone yesterday. Hope that's continuing to be enjoyable. I don't really know anything about it. Except the things we're talking about with Mikazan. Gives me confidence, all matters, Kim. I kind of like this. I kind of like the downplay.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
War painted your face, +1. 97% chance to shout hello into the furnace, but... Shouldn't we go investigate upstairs directly first? There's like 17 more bosses to fight. 17's a good number. Content can be good, unless a game overstays its welcome. They just announced Death Stranding, not remastered, Death Stranding Definitive. I'm like, oh, if that adds anything. Get a postcard. Did we get those magnets? We talked about the magnets. About this. Oh, I didn't look at the note either. I didn't look at the note from the fridge. Still bears some of the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets. Add 24 hours of walking, you're right. Or change the ending from being like 13 hours long to being, 20 hours long. I like the ending of Death Stranding. I like it a lot. It's the best part of the game, I think. But it's pretty long.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
He leans to read the note over your shoulder.
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe.
Right, so this is related to Kuno knowing where the fridge is. If we do a replay, if there's 20 hours of content more, I'm trying to think what they could do, I don't want to spoil too much about Death Stranding, but there's the war sequences, right? they could add an extra, really out there, like, futuristic war sequence. Because when we were playing the game, I thought that might happen, it didn't, so, they could do that. They could do a fictional war.
You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy
an extra
in
boss
the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care. Sully Suave.
So this is pronounced suave. See, I would never know how to pronounce this L with the line through it. Like getting food. Alright. What's a filament memory? It's for the computer. Someone's moved the filament, but who? Who's the illiterate ginger kid? Wait, I can't say... Kuno! Oh, actually, no, it must be Kuno, because Kuno knows where the fridge is. It wouldn't be Kunas. Check the Discord, it might be more about the environment below the bases. That's true, and, Death Stranding is essentially all outdoors, so that would be a very big change. I mean, you did do a little bit of stealth. Like, did the game's controls lend themselves to stealth? It's a little... The walking tends to deliberately propel you forward to give you a chance to trip, and so the walking precision may not feel great for stealth if they tried to do that. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. If they patch it to the PC version, we'll probably stream it. If it's like right there and we can do it, great. I still haven't uninstalled Death Stranding. Yeah, Glavis, it's too clunky for stealth. Exactly. It's not designed for that. It's designed for tripping. That's what it's designed for. They had a mission brief to evacuate the archives. Proceed, Blue Zip. Move all three special courses, not just the one. And they all look pretty much identical because they're all wrapped up. Good to see Vix, by the way. Someone's new to the film, but who?
Sulislav. Wasn't he one of Miss Lucan and Kilda's co-workers? I remember coming across this name when we were reading her personal log.
Oh, cool. I don't. Thanks, Kim. I can say what's the filament memory, but it's the computer stuff.
It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
Thanks for explaining to me, not like I'm 5, Kim, but like I'm a disco-obsessed person.
It's like the production schedule you found. Only this one's an off-site copy.
Who's the illiterate ginger kid? It's Kuno, right?
Really? You don't have a single guess?
Right. You mean Kuno. No idea at all. You mean Kuno?
Oh, I'm sure that child would
5
love
XP.
to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
So we can talk to Kuno about the filament memory, it seems like. You have any idea where the ice cream maker would be?
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
Which I already unplugged it. Oh. Okay, wait, is that bad? I unplugged it. I'm like, do these things need to be cold? No, they don't need to be cold. They plug into the computer. All right. I probably did a step before I needed to. Oh. No, it's the other room. I'm like, ooh, is that another secret room?
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. This must be where the entity lives.
Ghost shutters.
This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices probably came from here.
Well, so we could yell up the furnace or we could knock on the curtain.
What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens. Still nothing. No one's home. Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now.
There must be another way to wake up whoever is in there. Maybe we can try yelling into the furnace downstairs.
Alright. So, I wanted to check here first, but it doesn't do anything except lose me a point of health. Unless they're hot swappable, they need to be cold. What, for like hot swapping memory? I've heard about that.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Let's kick it.
A hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts.
Wait, what? Aren't I supposed to heal when I kick things?
The hollow ring echoes.
Wait. Some sort of iron current. Good to see John. John streams Arthur from me. Check him out. So wait, we're at 2 health. Attacking physical objects heals damage. We're at
Thick
2.
layer of coal dust. A hollow ring echoes
Healed
through
health
the
plus
furnace.
1.
Your toe hurts.
I guess you just take 2 damage from kicking this thing? Because that should be health neutral, typically. Alright. Weird. Unless you're supposed to take 2 damage.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace. Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease.
Impaired furnace.
Then,
Big lifesteal.
Hello?
That's a woman's voice. I thought it might be the 3rd mercenary. I guess... do we know the mercenaries are all men? Contact Mike, we're taking down the current. What a hero, Contact Mike.
you've awakened the entity.
This is the police. Who's there? I summon the ghost of this domed commercial area. Answer me, spirit. Hello, are you there? Speak to me. I am the law, or I am the Ghostbuster.
Hello? Did you say anything?
No, it doesn't matter what you say.
You. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
I already hurt myself on that
You
safety
hear
curtain.
a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
See, yeah, I kind of want to boost our perception score.
After you, officer.
I can still kick it with my foot. Okay, so now this is selectable that we looked at the note.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Turn the ice cream crank. Try to crack open the lid. Turn the ice cream crank seems like it could destroy the off-site copy inside. Try to crack open the lid.
You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here, or something stronger, like the Kvalsund KR2 multi-tool.
Didn't Sona give you a perfect tool for this kind of job? The Kvalsund. You should take it out.
I want to see what the score difference is between the pry bar and the ultra pry bar.
This orange machine is dead still.
Oh,
It has
okay.
a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Minus 20. Pry bar not strong enough. Plus 2 machine unplugged. Plus 1 better grip with gloves. Minus 20, right? Let's still do
This
it.
orange machine
And
is
see if
dead
Kim
still.
is like,
It
why'd you
has
use the wrong pry bar,
ice
you
cream churner
idiot?
and an electric freezer. The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge.
William's mild upset about the pry bar not being enough. What is this? Critical failure, minus 17.
You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes. You're still holding the wrong tool. Do it with the Kvalsund multi-tool. You even have one.
You just straight, yeah, it's like, come on. Wait, let's try to turn the crank too, since we have saved.
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping.
Stirring your childhood dreams. Very poetic.
It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur.
Very poetic. You'll never become a poet. Okay, let's reload. Let's reload. Perfect roll, minus 17. The inverse of the main channel. Alright, fine. Let's put on the correct tool. The big pry bar.
This orange machine is dead still.
Wow, it's still only 58% chance.
Ice cream churner.
Oh, I can boost physical instrument, though. I can boost physical instrument. I know we've got the physical instrument shirt. Our pants are giving physical instrument. Do we have anything else for physical instrument? I still need to organize all this clothing. Ugh. Electro. Half-light, composure, rhetoric, half-light. Minus 2 physical instrument, I don't want that. Half-light. Is that really it? Oh, but the pants too, okay. And we have a minus 1 from some thought we have.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner
72%
and an
chance.
electric freezer. The ice groans and howls
Good enough.
under the strain of your giant Kvalsund multi-tool until the lid cracks open.
Boy, so... Does this quest just come to a dead stop if you can't boost your physical instrument high enough? Glady says, what is an entrepoet? And Glady says there needs to be a clickable thing for any obscure vocab word in this game. An entre... Well, guess what? Maybe we'll hear about an Entrepoet later, or maybe I need my encyclopedia score higher. But if I type in Entrepoet to Google, guess what comes up? Entrepoet poster by Disco Elysium. Oh yeah, Glavy says looks like the word generated solely for the game. Maybe my encyclopedia was actually too low because we took off our encyclopedia glasses. Watch with someone who explored the entropy.
Darkness lies inside, but you can faintly make out an object, intricate and foreign, left there for a sub-zero beauty sleep, a filament memory with the words "off-site copy" written on its side. You gently lift the cube from its frosty bedding, careful not to damage it.
Still wonder if twirling this would have damaged
take
it.
it back to Miss Lucan and killed as soon as possible. I'm not sure how well unused filaments tolerate room temperatures.
Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament? There's a radio computer upstairs.
Oh, I can't interact with it anymore. I was gonna put on my encyclopedia hat and or my encyclopedia glasses rather. Let's make sure our encyclopedia is high again. Where's our logic score? Yeah, see, I want logic back up. I'm taking off the detective hat, sorry. There's my Shivers jacket. And there's the logic shirt. Although, maybe I want to put my conceptualization to 8 instead. Oh, that's a jacket. That's not a shirt. Ah, shoot. Rhetoric up, empathy down, conceptualization up, suggestion down. Authority up, composure down, as opposed to perception. But now I'm kind of interested in the perception. Had a good run. Where's our perception at? Oh man, the perception's still only 2. I'm still thinking about boosting our perception, because maybe there's secret rooms I'm missing. What does entropy mean? Entropy is the idea of decay. It's the idea that the stars will burn out. Everything in the universe is exhausting itself. And so eventually all the stars will go out and everything goes out. The heat death of the universe. It's decay. What's chaos mean? Chaos is when you drop water onto your hand, and sometimes it goes this way and sometimes it goes this way, and then dinosaurs attack you. That's chaos theory. Deck of chaos is what my warlocks feel. He's also like book and table to fall down, which is still. Having it here is potential energy. This is use of energy. So, yeah. That's nice.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the
So
keyboard.
I saved before this in case this is bad for the offsite copy.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the offsite copy?
I might have the password for the offsite copy. We've already said it's me again. How are you?
Good. Please repeat the password.
It's still the same password, right? Oh, it may not be. Uh-oh. It probably wouldn't be the same password because this was made before she went to the church, right?
No, that's not...
Yeah, right. It wouldn't be the same password. That's the church password.
Maybe it's the second part of the leitmotif you saw on the stained glass window.
Would it? No, that still wouldn't make sense, right?
Good.
Oh, I
I've
thought...
unlocked the offsite copy. After ending the call, Please press
Shut the
print
dinosaurs.
to access the filament.
So it actually is this, but this doesn't make sense to me, right? This doesn't make sense to me. Unless, well, no, this doesn't make sense. To me, so the offsite copy existed. The offsite copy was ruined by the effect, and the effect came from the church. Then she went to the church. Yeah, Glivy says maybe she's just religious, although that becomes a coincidence that the distortion happened to be in the church that she went to later. Although maybe this quest has a lot to do with religion and divine providence and stuff. At least you can update passwords. I suppose...
Ka-ching.
But didn't she not come back here for this?
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Thank you. And
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. It sounds like something cracks before the piece of paper starts filling up with pure black ink. Something's broken. Machines aren't supposed to behave like this.
Oh?
The paper is soaked with ink. Its monochrome darkness spanning from margin to margin. It's not possible to make out any information.
Right, because it's broken. What happened? It's just covered in ink?
Odd. Something is obviously broken here.
Perception, 42% chance, red check, can't do it again. Tear off the printout.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering.
Did I get that as an item, or... No, I didn't, but we can, because we didn't do it, we can probably do it again. Alright, where's our perception gear? That's perception -1. We've got our perception boots on. Logic glasses. One of our coats gives perception, right? Ugh, the clothing! It's too complicated. Hand-eye coordination. Really? Do we have nothing else that gives perception besides our boots? I mean, I guess I looked at this just a moment ago, but I thought we had something. So my hat and my glasses are actually lowering my perception. Game needs a wardrobe add-on. Yeah, you're right, actually.
Tiles on the cube. It sounds like something cracked. Something's broken. The paper is soaked with ink.
Alright, 72%
Monochrome
chance.
darkness Spanning from a single speck of white shines out from the shade. For some reason, the printer decided to spare this one tiny dot of paper. Marked by the devil itself. Looks like gibberish. Better get running again. This must be the information Sorna is looking for. She knows how to make sense of it. Tiles on the cube. The filament slides out of its glow.
Well, hopefully I didn't mess up the quest by looking myself. We didn't really get much information. No hat on, see everything. So, wait, it's only... Yeah, 4 is the highest we can boost our perception right now. Oh shoot, I'm back in the basement. I actually want to go upstairs. Yeah, perception 2, let's 50-50. And like I said, it's kind of more of a radio than computer. Well, it's a radio computer, right? And the computing is done over radio waves. Oh, there's like concept. So one of the people from the game stuck around after it went defunct? And this is one of the concept artists they didn't actually need? Trays full of dice. Colorful polyhedral dice. Hundreds of them. Candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain more dice. So one person kept working on the game after everything else was gone. Oh shoot, I did quick save twice. I was trying to make a hard save. No, I'm saying that it's basically a call and change password on any computer. Oh, you're right. You're right, aren't you? Except... Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, you're right. And if you verified that you were the owner of both things, you could probably update them at the same time. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right, Lightning. It does make more sense. It does make more sense than I'm thinking. Because you're not updating the filament, you're updating the radio operator. That's true. That's true. Tried to print on a computer program, the page is gibberish. What actually was literally all black ink, right? Except for one little bit. That was a dot.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Lightning solved it. Yeah, Lightning's super right. Lightning's super right. Well done. Nia, the novelty dice maker. Bird-like woman. He's a bird. Throw her tools. Emerald light shining through her hair. Because of the plants, I guess.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
Tried knocking on the shutter. She's got headphones.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Oh, okay. I mean, we already know pretty much everything we need to know about the lynching, don't we? What do you mean by milliness? Your headphones.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have me confused with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window. Or asking me about dice. Never mind, I'll be back later. I haven't knocked on your window. I knocked on your shutter.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong.
Light bones.
Role-playing
Bird-like
games.
bones.
You know role-playing games. Wirral. Wirral Untethered. What else?
So we bought a copy of Wirral. Wirral Untethered was the one that they didn't get to finish, that all the concept art's for. I like role-playing games. I need some dice. Not sure why I'm here, honestly. No, I was looking for someone else. Squint your eyes mysteriously. Answers. Mentioned buying dice right now. Police officer, I need to ask some questions. Squint your eyes mysteriously. Answers. Although, wait. The encyclopedia is letting me say, sure, I like role-playing games, I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set, unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
Covered with precious stones and minerals.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
How'd you become a dice maker? Like where it died from you? Anything about the man who was lynched? What is this place anyway? How'd you become a dice maker? Like I said, I assume she was working on the game.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
That's true. That's true. That's why you can get like a $15,000 Dungeons and Dragons table with, pop-up Dungeon Master screens and little built-in dice trays and stuff. Speaking of Dice Maker, one of the contestants on the Australian Lego Master listed luxury dice consultant as occupation. Right. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna turn off the stream. It's time to become a novelty dice maker. Bye bye forever. Now I know where the money is.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Like to or die from you. What do you know about the lynched man?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here.
Who cares about the main quest? Ghost bust!
The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then, the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
Okay. What do you remember the daily ruckus? Kuno? Never took your eyes off the work to look out the window. Do you often work on Sunday nights?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids.
Right.
And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire. She's not sorry to
Kuno, yes.
informing on someone in
The headphones are blocking out all swearing, though.
upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
Never looked out the
I
window?
might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
Do you have to work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
Okay.
She nods.
I wonder if I could have, because I'm holding my ledger that lowers my authority, right? I wonder if my authority was higher, I could have been, I am the law, tell me things you don't know.
Anything else, officer?
Where are we anyway?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace.
Investigate doomed
It's
commercial area.
strange, I know.
She looks at the bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there's signs of coal-black soot here and there. And on my face, we put the war paint
When
on.
I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
The curse.
Creepy.
This place is cursed. You know, people call it the doomed commercial area. Up in their tents, everyone else is gone. Place is cursed.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
What happened to those companies then? Bookstore owner sent me. She's convinced this place is swarming with malicious energies. Wait,
It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail.
because of giant ice bears scaring kids away from buying ice cream. Alright, so we have to say the bookstore owner sent us.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
She's a wise woman. She has Simonese trinkets protecting her against the curse. Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well, which is true. There's hardly any customers. She has to exploit her own dard to keep her company going. Right. Curse is just biding its time before it strikes again. Sooner or later, everyone will fail, even her. I don't know why the bookstore hasn't gone bankrupt. That's what I'm here to investigate. It's not doing that well.
All right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
It is on the whirling is on the intercom thing, right? Hold on, the whirling's part of the doomed commercial area? Yes, but still a separate building. The malicious energies can't reach there. Whirling isn't doing well either. Its waitress just took off and customers have trouble paying bills. Like me. The Whirling doesn't really look like it's cursed. Customers have trouble paying bills. That's good. So wait and hold on usually means we get to say something else afterwards. Hold on! Hold it! Whirling's part of the gym commercial area?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East of the Commerce Central project.
Okay, but yes. Its waitress took off and the customers have trouble paying bills.
And then there is me.
She looks at her tools, from knives and carving files to wire cutters.
I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies.
Then he says that the thing Fix is describing is very avant-garde. Avant-garde is basically posh, speak for edgy, right? And I always said avant-garde, because there's a character. There's a character in the game, D4. What's D4? Man, I always forget. Dark dreams don't die. In the game D4, there's this artist with this mannequin. And he takes the mannequin everywhere, including getting its own seat on a plane. And he's obsessed with the concept of avant-garde. Been here 14 years selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiast. Not exactly a million-real business idea, but I've survived 14 years despite the malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Or maybe because she doesn't pay rent. Places think it's because you're the source of it, a malignant entity. You're absorbing all the other business energy. You're competent, dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you. Curse will get to you, have no doubt about it. Just doesn't care about earthly time frames. I'll be first to admit there's many inconsistencies in the so-called curse. You're the source. This one's actually interesting, right? No, it's not. I was gonna say, so Placence doesn't actually care about the bookstore. She doesn't care about the bookstore at all. She seems to like making dice. She says she likes it. Placence doesn't care about books. She actually wants to have a cult store. But the role-playing game also failed. And they did care about that. Or at least most of them did. Alright, you're the source.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
Sorceress.
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
I think it still might be you that's causing this. Narrow your eyes very mysteriously. Not sure. The world is a puzzling place. I'm starting to see there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations. I might have to redo this conversation if she gets mad. Can we do a gamba on which set of dice Save is gonna buy? I don't even know what's available. Said there's a bunch of gemstones. They talked about cobalt. And John says, do you know this comedian? Have you heard the new special? I actually have, only because Lyra mentioned it in chat. But I don't know if I've seen any of that comedian. I looked up a picture of him. For a second, I'm like, oh, I know who that is. I'm like, no, wait. It's a different Double B. It's Bill Burr, who's on Mandalorian. No, I don't think I know them. But I have heard of that special, because Lyra mentioned it. Apparently they hadn't done any specials in like 5 years. So you get a trade for the 17-sided die. Is that even possible? Well, I guess it would be possible, but is it possible to be even? Yeah, Control's free on Epic, which we streamed all of Control, including the DLC. I assume the freeness does not include the DLC, but yeah, I enjoyed Control. It's a little repetitive, but I enjoyed it a lot. I didn't see anything there's doing special. I recommend it. Alright, I'll push it a little higher on my list now. 2 people have mentioned it. Is that game by the Deadly Permission dude? I believe so. I sometimes get... There's Swery, and then there's Suda51, who both kind of do weird games. And I get their games confused sometimes. But I think D4 is the Deadly Premonition guy, I think. But sometimes I get their games confused. I think it's you that's causing this. Narrow your eyes very mysteriously.
So I'm the Grand Dragon in the cave.
Grand Dragon.
Might I ask what supports this claim?
I yelled to someone. Oh, look at this. I yelled to someone that goes to the Doom commercial area, and you were the one who answered. We did yell that. We could have yelled 2 other things, or 3 other things maybe, but I did yell that. There's something ghostly about you. Ethereal, even. Squint your eyes again suspiciously. You're the last man standing. You must be responsible. I don't have time for explanations. Now I'm install these visions I'm getting. Okay, well, I like this just because we did yell to someone that goes to the Doom commercial area. Although I like the squint, too.
Oh my, I've revealed myself.
Mock despair.
You better call the exorcists.
I don't have to call anyone. I'm a ghost whisperer myself. I don't have to intervene. I'm merely a police officer. I'm a ghost whisperer.
Of course. How convenient. Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, then let me know.
Ask the novelty dice master about the curse. Report back to Plaisance about your findings.
That's all she has to say on the subject. She has been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see. Plaisance needs to hear about this. Perhaps if you combine your psychic energies, you will make sense of the situation.
Why hasn't her business failed? Shivers. Legendary 17. Oh, sorry, Legendary 14. You want to have to do tense? Everyone else is gone. Like the word dies from you. Well, hold on. Let's make a save. Get Bill Burr and Bill Durham confused. Is Bill Durham the one with the puppets?
Oh, it's you again.
Or is that a different
Are you
guy?
looking for a die?
Alright. Do you know what happened to their tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind. Rats scuttle in the dark.
Oh, there's Shivers.
Under the abandoned blow dry.
Wow.
Dusty
We can ask about, like, everybody.
Cobwebs cover rotors and radio computers alike. So much failure.
So, right, the hair salon is right by the bookstore.
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you. A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
XP? What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? Customers should have been open-minded. I would never let anyone androgynous touch my hair. Not even my life depended on it. I'm a simple man trying to make my way in the universe. Don't really have opinions on hairstyles. Alright, let's use the conceptualization.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
Ahead of their time. What happened to the Gime? Gime? What's a Gime?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs, a community-centric boxing club. Who was Artemitep?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs. A boxing club.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
He's sort of the king around here. Little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies. Indeed, who is Kuno? Your guess is as good as mine. Gremlin.
Oh, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard.
Oh, it was a movie about baseball starring Kevin Costner. Wait. There's more than one baseball Kevin Costner movie? Because Field of Dreams is the big one, right? She looks out the window, face reflecting out in the dark.
I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
How the community project worked out? The kids met so far, it didn't really work out, did it?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
No one would store their drugs in punching bags.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What the broken windows? Gusher's Ryder Windall's movie contracts must feature baseball. Did they have baseball in Waterworld?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias. Who would have guessed?
This is radio, she said, right? I'm thinking snuff films, which is videos of people being killed. But this is snuff radio, which... You pretend somebody got killed because you don't have to show anything. Well, even snuff films would be pretending. Right? But wait, who would... What?
What's the snuff milieu?
Right.
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
What is this? It's a shame at those windows. Not even gonna ask her that.
It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Okay, but it's fake.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
Oh, well, that's as far as we can get into that. That's a whole thing. Someone makes stuffed animals. I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist?
Oh, did he make
No,
the fridge?
Mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
Oh, that's all we can get out of that. Saw creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
The insect rights activists. What name of... I know insects had any rights, or activists.
Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident.
Thinking
where
on a
it's
baseball.
extracted.
In Waterworld?
And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
So this is an in-world equivalent of... It's anti-insect protests instead of anti-fur protests. But insects don't have any brains or feelings. They got what they deserve. Making clothes out of bee wings is a terrible idea. Like someone took care of the little guys. I like insects, nod. Making clothes out of bee wings is a terrible idea. I mean, I don't like saying insects don't have any brains or feelings. I mean...
At least it had some spark to it. Most young designers just combine lace with leather and call it original.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up. They're not moving.
Anything else?
Your perception's like, oh yeah, dead insects. With lure blades and skis. Which, yeah, this one I had a theory about, right? That they were making rotor blades for helicopters and they switched to making skis.
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or...
That's illegal running from companies' money like that. Why has he been arrested? What do the transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
She sees the lieutenant's face behind you.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no
Which is
idea why those
4 years
skis and
ago.
blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
They were just props. Why return them? Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long.
Huh. What if this is actually something you can still do?
They were
On.
made,
I wanna-
honestly. I think it's
That's
quite-
illegal.
Sure, it's illegal, but it's not exactly anything extraordinary.
They were just... Maybe you could make
Okay.
a sword
Pretty
out
much the same. I found a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
Right, which with this drawing here, I assumed she worked for.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral.
That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things. The mind is the drawing board of history.
More
They certainly
XP
took their
and level
work
up.
very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened? Or they ran out of money? They had some kind of accident with the backup copy, right? Which is what we're doing.
An accident? I wouldn't know anything about that. I just heard they ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
The illusions of
She
grandeur.
sounds almost mocking when she says that.
What I've seen, the project did look quite impressive. Gigantic ego trip. Eh.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on.
When they were trying to make a 4 million real game on 400,000 real, is what we determined.
In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important.
Showing to work on time is incredibly hard. It's too bad. Would support them. Project great. They're right. You're right. They should just tried harder. They had everything they needed to succeed, but they didn't. Well, they could have succeeded at a smaller game. 40 million on 4 million, wasn't it? I really thought it was 4 million versus 400,000, but you might be right. Say project looked great.
Not the wisest decision.
Hmm.
You would
Well,
have
lost all your
lost
savings.
all your savings.
She tosses a pair of dice on the table.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else?
All right, we've almost gone through all of them. There was the terrifying bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revo ICT. You're in for a treat here.
Stamp comedian ready to tell a story. John was talking about stamp comedian.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
I just wonder if this is in reference to Career's Life, because they did make a tabletop RPG. Maybe. Then you get into... Then it becomes very complicated, right? Because then you end up with this, like, 3 levels of assessment. Here's an ambitious game with lots and lots and lots of dialogue that did eventually get done, and it turns out succeeded, although they wouldn't have known at the time if it would succeed. But they're talking about the first thing, or it's the thing within the game, being a failure and complaining about capitalism and this, that, the other thing, not showing up to work on time. So is it commentary on what they were previously and they've moved past that? Or is it they've always moved past that and they're doing commentary on other less successful endeavors, things on Kickstarter, you know, people that aren't them? I don't know. It would take a lot of research and guesswork.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
What about the other ideas?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Fritta does the same thing.
Right, I was gonna say. I know a girl just like that. She works in the Frit as a cashier, and she's not particularly friendly. What do they expect? 20 cents an hour is dog space. Press the work at all. It's an award-winning idea. How else do you choose people around you? I don't have I opinion on employing teens. That's what I know. They work out for the business. I know a girl just like that.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Ravashow ICT. And they already had
The bear. What about the bear?
The bear.
She presses her thumbs to her temples, is trying to suppress a headache. Didn't work
Of
out?
course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted.
Which we knew this from our Shivers vision.
Eventually, Ravashow ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
Out of regular fridges. Market doing its job. Sure, the bear was doing its best. The bear was scary. Every time I saw that bear, I felt scared, like coming to life at any moment now. I killed the bear. You unplugged it. Huh.
You did what?
I'm sure you heard it right. I had to kill the bear to become the bear. I murdered it with my own bare hands, lay it to rest. It's my trophy now. I unplugged the fridge to help Ravashow IC cut their losses. I had to kill the bear to become the bear. I want to say it.
I can see. Stripes.
She points to your war paint. Those stripes are what keeps me human. Bear put quite a fight. Those stripes are what keeps me... Yeah, bare hands. Uh-huh. I just unfollowed lightning. Don't worry, I refollowed. Those stripes are what keep me human.
That bear was one mighty mammal. The taxidermist who made it.
Yeah, it's great to see Lyra. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're fighting the bear. We mentioned Lyra because we talked about that comedy special. The bow guy. He was his vision beast. Called it Megatherion. Magtheridon?
Sounds cool.
Sounds cool. Plus 10 XP.
Why is everyone doing drugs in this place? Even the taxidermist?
Oh, I failed this electrochemistry pet check. Oh well. Megatherion? What's a vision beast? Megatherion?
Megatherion. A mega wild beast.
What's a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
Who brought that up? Have you seen it? Oh, I've not, but it's John was talking about saying they recommended it. I don't do drugs. I do drugs. I got a vision beast myself. I don't have a comment on drugs. We haven't done drugs throughout the whole game. I wonder if this would say lie if we had done drugs.
Very good. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway.
I wonder if I lost a, thought-gained vision beast.
The temperature has dropped in the cover of the night. You see frost on the windows.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps?
And finally, I found the building's intercom, but it's not working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine.
The bookstores actually did work, right?
Wires. Sorry about the confusion.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
Oh man, I thought we were done, but there's 5 more. Doorbell with the empty name card was yours. Wondering about the whirling in rags at part of the same building complex. What about the pinball? Strange thing happened. I tried calling the slipstream. Someone answered. Except it was a recording.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SCA? Was it a woman? Maybe.
Wasn't her, and we've recognized her voice. She said she was Tricentennial. First, I could probably still say this.
All right. But did this person say anything?
Tricentennial Electrics.
Tricentennial Electrics?
She thinks, then she recognizes it.
It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
No, it was something else. It was eerie. It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with a professional actress, or...
You're right, I probably just got made fun of. No, it was something eerie. Narrow your eyes. Maybe some sort of rare electrical anomaly. Something eerie, narrow your eyes. I mean, these hopefully are the same.
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No
Oh,
solidarity.
we do get a follow-up. Actually, the slipstream might have been recording. I called later and got exactly the same message.
Why would Slipstream SCA have a 100-year-old recording as their doorbell message?
Kim knew something about it.
I'm still convinced it was nothing more than some elaborate prank.
My money is on electrical anomaly. I've heard of these, especially in an old building like this.
Oh wait, let's do the electrical anomaly line.
It used to be.
No, it was too real.
Electrical anomaly.
Prank is more likely, no?
Eh.
Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us.
So you were the empty
Also,
name card.
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
What about the whirling in
You
rags?
could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. That explains why you can call the whirling from the intercom.
Yeah.
Albeit, I doubt that anyone responds.
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the doomed commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
And finally, the pinball.
Yes, I've heard it used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure. Before my time. I'm not surprised, however.
You know, this is something the cafeteria manager might want to know.
Helgart about failure.
My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography, trick track, especially pinball.
Pinball, big fan. The Kimball. Means the whirling's part of the Doom commercial area. Guard's gonna love this.
I don't know this guard, but something tells me he won't. Sure, I'm listening.
Okay, I have other questions.
I hope it clarified things a bit.
I thought for sure we'd get bonuses to this Why Hasn't Her Business Failed? I'd like that we were a die, but we just went through about 5,000 lines of dialogue. Let's save again.
Oh, it's you again. Are you? Of course.
Order a
Tell me
die.
what you have in mind.
Want a die for a Whirl setting, sweet and basic. Do you know about the Whirl untethered setting? I want a die for that. Do you have any cursed die? Tell me about your most extraordinary die. Just a normal die, very regular. Sorry, I don't know what die I want. Look for something with my work. I need more time to think that. Tell me about your most extraordinary die.
A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure?
I'm a superstar. Superstars don't care about money.
Yes, you definitely have the proper attitude. How about a pair of 100-sided dice? Made of ivory and inlaid with lodestone, a naturally occurring magnet, to complement your magnetic personality.
Pieces of lodestone
Hey, XP.
used as the first magnetic compasses, from which they derive their other name, coarse stones.
10 real, and I can get these ready in 8 hours.
Do magnetic dice even roll properly?
It's true, magnetic dice are definitely different. When rolled together, the magnetic fields of the pips interact with each other to push and pull on each other as they're rolled, just like all magnetic personalities do. Maybe you have some other. That's
Whirl?
a classic, yes. A standard role-playing die with plan motifs. Now, for the material, most of
I want
my
farm
customers
XP off
opt
these
for
encyclopedia
exotic
checks.
wood. For this, I would suggest Issemene snake wood. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8 hours.
It's a standard role-playing die. A D20.
It's an icositetrahedron.
Oh, 24-sided here.
24-sided die that can produce results for 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided, and 12-sided die with a single roll. Technically, you can also use it for many other sizes, but you may need to reroll results.
Rogue, you picked 7.
Maybe you have some other ideas for die?
Looking for something to help with my work? What about the Whirl Untethered?
Ah, yes.
Fortress Accent.
Accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. The Whirl Untethered die is a variation of a standard role-playing die. Only, instead of plans, it uses motives of ice and death. And loss, of course.
Right. The planet became a rogue planet. It left its star. It left the solar system.
Ice, death, loss.
Conceptualization.
Sounds like you.
I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8 hours.
I need to cast in resin.
Untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping. Cast it in something hard like resin though, and voila, it's perfect. Maybe you have some other
Cursed
ideas for
dice.
that? What do you mean by cursed?
As cursed as the commercial areas, cursed my life, perished like this world.
Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8. Maybe you have some other. What do you mean?
Cursed my
by
like my
alright?
life.
How about maybe you have some. What do you mean?
Cursed to the
by
commercial area.
Alright.
No,
How
they're
about
all. I
surprise
surprise you.
Maybe you have some other ideas for dye?
I don't know what dye I want.
How about an amber dye?
Amber, a poor man's gold.
Who told you amber was cheap? It's beautiful, really, and has been treasured since the ancient times. For 7 real, I'll craft you a 13-sided die from piece of amber with a fossilized.
13-sided.
It's perfect for those who can't seem
No
to let go of the
17-sided.
past.
Can't seem to go this past. Sounds like
I
me.
had a feeling.
You think about it.
Maybe you have some other ideas for
I like
dye?
the amber dye just 'cause it's like kind of Jurassic Parky. Just some normal dice, very regular.
A normal dye? I'm a novelty dice maker. I don't make normal dice.
What do you do?
Polyhedral dice. Dice that have more than 4 sides. Octahedrons, trapezohedrons, dodecahedrons. But also barrel dice and teetotum bows.
I was gonna say don't dice normally have 6 sides, but actually a 4-sided dice is the triangles, right? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that's 4.
Come on now. Be a little creative.
Oh, she won't even do regular dice if you're born cop. Looking for someone to help me in my work.
I think I have just the right one for you.
She opens the top drawer and takes something out. 2 polyhedrons, red and blue.
Police colors.
'Cause I'm a police officer, right?
Not the most original, I know. But sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best. Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
Oh.
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift.
Oh dear.
Whatever you do, don't overthink it.
Totally overthinking it. 17% chance. Them fall on the ground. Totally overthinking it, -1. Well, it's a red check and I can't switch clothes.
You overthink it. Your hands can't agree what to do, and the 2 dice drop to the floor and scatter in opposite directions, like pearls from a broken string. The blue one disappears down the pit in the center of the room.
Ah, down the drain, like your career.
Ah!
I apologize, officer. That comment was unnecessary.
I don't play fetch. The down floor, pick up the red die. I'll play fetch.
Right.
Not a dog.
I see that.
Oh, jeez. Pick up the red die.
That one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay. The other one was the inverse. They were a set, you see, but now the set is broken.
Logic trivia.
It's a shame. They might have brought you luck. And you definitely need luck in Martinez.
Is she pitying you? Good God, she's pitying you.
Now, was there anything else? Of
Can
course.
we-
Tell me what you have in mind. A star? Yes, you
Pieces of loads.
10 real, and I can get. Great. See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything?
We got the shivers thing. Oh,
Tremble. The time is now. Taola.
I saw this in my other playthrough, but it hasn't popped up here. Please save scum the dice. Well, I'm wondering if I can just let them drop to the ground and get both. What time?
Time for the show. For Taola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream.
What's Taola?
Ulogu Theodos. Xeno Zausin. Ipoli Osidhian. Echondes Fronisin.
Wait, what's the countdown?
Monday morning. The moment you arrived in this reality
Snaps.
are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread.
This is because of the insane world-ending stuff I've been saying, isn't it?
Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years.
We actually know the
That is why you
Pericarnassus.
talk to yourself.
We actually know the Pericarnassus was the first innocence, wasn't it? Am I sure this is not just a joke or a coping mechanism?
It's totally also a coping mechanism.
I'm a little afraid.
So you should be. The world island crumbles at your feet, and in the far plain, Palindropos.
Even words will tumble.
Perhaps. Just a thought. This has something to do with the hangover.
So you can trigger this very early. I did on the shadow playthrough I was doing, although I've kind of stopped doing that. And yeah, you can trigger this super early if you start talking about the apocalypse all the time. I do think the world might end soon. I'm gonna opt out of this, whatever it is.
The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
Pop of the apocalypse. Yeah, so like I said, you can trigger that very early. And yeah, so the dice drop down the pit. You can't go get the blue one. 20-sided die made of bloodstone. Kind of looks like the fire department arriving at the scene. Got effed. Butterfingers. Look at the map to see which red checks or white checks have reopened. Looks like the fire department because we lost the blue one. Alright, let's save here, but then go back to see if we can get the blue one if I don't try to catch it.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? Of course. Tell me what you have.
Oh,
in
shoot.
the classic. For 7 rep, it's a nicositetrahede. Maybe
I lost.
You have some. The will.
I lost my conceptualization checks.
Some untreated bone. Maybe you have some other. What do you mean? Oh, right. Maybe you have a star that fell. Yes.
Pieces of load.
10 real. It's true. Magnetic. Maybe you have some other. How about an hood for 7 real? I had a feeling. Maybe you have some other. A normal die. Polyheat. Come on
Just
now.
trying to get these
Be a little
conceptualization
creative.
checks again.
No need to rush. Take.
Okay, now
Oh, it's
let's
you
see.
again.
So can we get
Are you looking for a die? Of course. Tell me
can we
what
get
you
the
have in
blue
mind.
by not trying to catch it?
Police colors.
Not the monster. Here, cat.
A beautiful woman tossing you a
Let
gift.
them fall on the ground. Maybe we lose the blue one anyway.
Tiny pieces of carved stone.
Yep,
dropped.
the blue one still
Down
drops.
the drain. Like you're right. I see that.
Her knuckles pop audibly from her. That's right. You'll make your own luck.
Right, so you can choose just to pick it up at all. Alright, so you do need to catch the blue one. That opens red checks. No, it did say white. It did say white. I was just looking at the red die and I misread it. Alright, how high can we boost our reaction speed? Reaction speed, I got nothing. Reaction speed hat. Got any other reaction speed boosts? Hand-eye coordination, but that's not reaction speed. There's reaction speed down. It looks like that's the only boost I have to reaction speed.
Oh, it's you again.
Please organize your
Are you
inventory,
looking
yeah.
for a die? Of course. Tell me what you have in mind. I think
Police colors.
not the monster. Here, cat.
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Whatever you do,
Oh wait, it is hand-eye coordination, it's not reaction speed.
you overthink it.
Down the drain.
Ah,
Knuckles
shoot.
pop audibly. That's right.
Did you enjoy Loki? That was great as you expected to. I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. I definitely liked it better than the first episode of WandaVision. That's pretty easy. Even though I liked WandaVision better later on. And yeah, I guess I also like it better than Falcon Winter Soldier. Although we'll see where it goes. Alright, well, this was also my only hand-eye coordination thing, right? We tried to do a hand-eye coordination earlier, didn't we? I do need to organize all this clothing. We've got too much of it. There's composure, but I don't think there's any other hand-eye coordination we have.
Oh, it's you again.
Lower your logic. Oh, try to stop overthinking it? That's an interesting idea, isn't it? -1 logic. Yeah, deliberately lower our logic, huh? Do we have other ways to lower our logic? -1 logic there, too, but either way would be the same. Rhetoric down, logic up. Authority down. I think that's the only thing I have that lowers my logic directly. And my shirt is boosting logic. Is that enough? Is that enough to lower my logic below the overthinking it threshold?
Are you looking for a die? Of course. Tell me what you have in mind. I think...
Police colors.
Not the most original. Here, cat.
A beautiful woman
No.
tossing you a gift.
No, I would need to lower it 2 more points.
Don't overthink it. You overthink it.
Ah, down the drain.
Her knuckles pop. That's right.
How badly do we want these blue dice? It's a 28% chance. I'm probably gonna have to re-roll it 4 times. I guess I could point in hand-eye coordination.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking
The trouble
for
is, I specifically got Bringing of the Lawjaw, which succeeds all hand-eye coordination passives automatically. Maybe we'll put 1 point into it.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind. I think...
Police color.
Not the most original. Here, cat.
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift.
42%.
Whatever you overthink it.
Dang.
Ah, down...
Her knuckles pop. That's right.
I could put 2 points in it. Maybe we'll need more hand-eye coordination later. But I also want to put points in the perception.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? Of course. Tell me
Which
what you
pinch for
have in
hand-eye.
mind.
I can put a bunch of points into it, it's true.
I think...
Police colors.
Not the most original. Here, cat.
A beautiful woman tossing you a
58.
gift. Mr. Smooth.
There it is,
Moves.
with
You
2
snatch
points
the
in.
dice out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie.
Wink at the dice maker. Say nothing after you've done this 1,000 times. I want to wink.
Oh, what are the odds?
She winks back.
The one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay, and the blue one is the...
Hand coordination's never a waste.
I
Maybe.
believe these dice are your lucky charm, officer.
She winked back at you. Can you believe it? You truly are Mr. Smooth Moves.
Smooth moves.
You definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else?
And then... Let's... So there it is. If you roll and squint your eyes, looks like you arrive at the scene. It's raining. So now we got the red and blue instead of just the red. And we need Shivers up. We've got a Shivers tie. And we've got a Shivers coat. And I think that's all we can do Shivers-wise. Oh, nothing for that. What do you mean, nothing? I also don't know... Did anything open up that wasn't open before? This didn't open up. The ceiling fan didn't open up. The board game may have opened up.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a
72% chance. Which we'll...
die? Oh, it's you again.
We'll probably cheat this
Are you
too.
looking for a...
You feel
Ah!
if anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Oh dear. Well, I guess we can look at the failure. I'm gonna re-roll this. Start taking off your clothes. You need to connect. Leave it at that.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
Officer!
Zipper, it's stuck. It's just me. Hi, I'm trying to lower body temperature. This is part of a special technique I have.
And what technique is that?
Gotta hear me out. Sometimes I get these feelings.
I apologize for my colleague's behavior. He's still recovering from an unusual medical episode.
Officer, this isn't how mature adults deal with their feelings.
Now you feel something. The cold damp of shame washing over you.
Old damp of shame. No, it's not like that. I can feel the wind or the air pressure or the air tells me things.
The air pressure told you to take your pants off in my studio?
You failed that check and you left his taking off your pants as canon.
This is not going very well, is it? Word-wise.
Yes, exactly. No, I'm not explaining this very well.
Can you please employ this special technique somewhere else? I work here and my work requires concentration. Half-naked people don't help with that. Oh, it's you again. Are you
83%
A
chance.
gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
The curse is real. I figured out why it spared you. This theory, hear me out. I think I know why your business failed. Curse is real.
Didn't we already talk about this?
Because you're not in the same building as the others. This isn't technically the doomed commercial area.
What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guelain 10.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture, its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city.
No, this used to be a coal plant. Touch the safety curtains. You're in the chimney of another building.
This doesn't make any sense.
She looks around the makeshift nest that she's carved out for makeshift nest, and she's bird-like woman. It said.
Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
I have my own unusual methods. It's a different address in the heart of the city. Just using logic. It's windy in here. You probably haven't properly sealed the chimney down. Point above. It's a different address in the heart of the city.
And what? Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
No one's ever really safe from failure. Rest assured, no psychic attacks will reach you here. Eh. She starts laughing. What?
Do you know what this is?
She reveals a piece of metal shining her index finger. A Seminese ward? Looks like regular jewelry. I don't care what it is. I only came to tell you why I haven't failed yet. A Seminese ward, like pleasant?
It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan.
See, the curse is real. I bet you didn't run this little jewelry shop from the depths of the chimney.
No, you're right. I didn't.
She laughs again, but small and
It
sad.
wasn't just a jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
Don't call it a dump. You made it nice and cozy. There's plants. I'm going to say it's entropy. Coincidence is all that safeguards it. Yeah. It's got plants.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be, you can try again.
You can save scum.
Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls.
Although this time I didn't save scum, I actually put a point in the shivers.
It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending or an entirely different world.
She looks paradise.
But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer.
Thought gain, the precarious world. I almost read as precious.
I'm listening. I'm pretty sure
Just making
it's
sure there's
still
nothing
here.
else.
I'm listening.
It's safe here. Resets the game, yes. Could be anybody you want, including a drunken, hungover cop that is is trying to make things right. Want to check something
Yes?
out here? No, I got a 28% chance of convincing Kim there's a sexy, dark mystery twist in the case. Okay, well, it is Hearthstone time, but I would like to go wrap things up, maybe, by talking to the bookstore owner. Oh, there was a purple orb here. Poor animals, no rest for their bodies after death because of taxidermy. It's like you with Monster Sanctuary. What, just one more fight type thing? Still not as bad as like Stellaris or Civilization with one more turn. And then the sun starts rising. Oh, right.
You broke down the back door. Why? I gave you the key.
I wanted this to come up, and it does. That was insulting me. Not sure, don't know what I was thinking. Real men don't need keys. Oh, save's coming, I see. Door was annoying me.
I hope you can find the solution quickly. The wards are broken. The passage has been opened. Now tell me, what's back there?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Nea, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
No, she's a businesswoman like you. I felt her aura. She's not the one to blame for the curse. She may be involved, but I don't have a way to question the malignant entity further. Let's say businesswoman, although the psychic one's also interesting.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Okay, lots of options. She said there's no curse, because there are too many inconsistencies. It's just capitalism, thanks to the quirk of working my system. The source is the taxidermist shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits down upon this place. That's not an answer yet. There still needs to be followed, like that strange radio computer thing. There's another entity, more malignant, pulling the strings of RNAs. Perhaps in my travels I'll cross paths with it. Thanks, his test. Test? What? Oh, what if we lie?
Oh, how horrid! Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse?
From the ancient Seminoles dispelling rites, the commercial area is doomed no more. I called upon the spirit of the Disco Man to banish the curse and flash of disco brilliance. Science is testing. 1, 2, 3. Good to see satellites are eye in the sky as we start to wrap up disco for the day. I de-spooked it. The curse is definitely gone. Afraid I can't identify the source, but you have to call some experts to lift the curse. Disco brilliance.
Guillaume Le Million? The singer who made that awful face? Well, I do see the resemblance.
She looks at you with admiration.
All that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time until we're fully free of it, of course. But still, thank you, officer.
70 XP.
You've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement.
She so badly wants this to be over. She would have believed anything.
All right, then. All's well that ends well. Should we return to our ordinary lives?
The shop around you feels ancient suddenly, damp and saturated by the coastal air. The books are rotting. A great cold lives here. And there, too, 1,200 meters away, on the urban coast, the dark shape of a church is reflected on the water, calling.
Ah, interesting. The Shivers calls back to the church with the actual phenomenon we're looking for. Alright. Okay, so we'll probably stick with that, but I want to see if there is an alternate outcome where you, like, convinced her the curse wasn't real. Because there was the option to talk about inconsistency, so let's take a quick glance at that.
I hope you can find the solution quickly. A novelty
Alright,
dice
entity,
maker.
she's
I
a
don't want-
The
businesswoman.
narrative, just to hell with it.
There's
The
too
church-
many inconsistencies. There's no curse.
Too many inconsistencies. What kind of talk is that?
Good luck persuading her. Some people can rationalize anything.
You're one of those inconsistencies.
I am not doing as well as it looks like I am. I only have my Simone's wards to thank for the protection they provide.
Okay. She's not the dice maker's business has been running for a quite long time now.
Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech.
The
who's been
leech.
feeding the curse.
That's why his X nights be so damn long. The self-indulgence. Red blotches
I
appear.
see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. The
Superman
investigation's
screams for
over.
6 minutes,
I
or
just
4
hope
minutes, whatever
you
it
haven't
is.
made anything worse by
And yeah,
going
Fix
in
says
there.
there's also all the slow motion. True. You fall under manipulation. Hope you then things made things worse.
Please do buy some books, or
Wow. Total psychic collapse. There was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too far gone into her own mind.
I am sorry we had to
The shop around you feels
Huh. So
hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome.
yeah, it looks like you the only positive outcome is lying to her, it looks like. So slow at her story, so drawn out. I'm not particularly fond of most of the Snyder movies. I did like Watchmen,
Hello again,
actually.
esteemed officer, and welcome to Okay, but please, only a few questions. Yes, the Simone's are very...
the woman.
Huh, I'm surprised that conversation doesn't change once you've done the stuff.
Hi, Ace Detective.
And we got nothing else for Annette. Alright, well, we can go talk to... We're gonna go switch over to Hearthstone. But we can talk to Gart about the Whirling in Rags being part of the doomed commercial area. We need to talk to Lena in the Whirling in Rags 2 about the Phasmid. And then beyond that, we're ready to go back to the church. We're ready to go back to the church and wrap all this stuff up pretty much. I still wonder if this ball can work to replace the ball of the old guys, but it didn't update our log, so maybe not. I'm still not planning to find smokes and smoke them. Like, how's she taking advantage of her daughter? Well, she took her daughter out of school, for one thing, and she makes her daughter stand outside all day telling people to go into the bookstore. And we told her that's terrible, and she's like, you're right, it is terrible. And so now her daughter's inside. Is the army dead yet? I haven't. Yaddy says hello, just in time to get raid over at Safe House 17. He's doing college classes, which you just started this, right? Hope that's going well. You say thing. You missed us looking at the polar bear fridge and trying to bust some ghosts, but getting some dice instead. Oh, shoot, you know what I forgot to do? Boy, I hope I remember to do it. After we got the police dice, I never paid. I never paid to get another dice thing rolling, which would take 8 hours, but I never got those extra dice rolling, did I? Hope I remember to go back and do that.